Hi, welcome to Going Insane with Temperance Jermaine. That's me. Hi, how y'all doing? So as promised, I'm in the backyard with the wind chimes. I'd pick up the computer and show you the rest of the yard, but I'm not going to because there's a pool right there, and if I drop this computer into that pool, well, it'll put a definite kink in the works, so I think I won't. In fact, just a little closer to me. Okay, so I was thinking about what the current events were that needed to be discussed or discussed around, because we're still at a point where there's some I am without words today, and I'm a pretty wordy girl. I've got a vocabulary word for most everything usually. We're being stifled in our speech. People are being censored. There was a word. On this platform. Not so much others, but I like to live on the edge, I guess. Okay, so sincerely, as we're moving into through this month of change, and honestly, the wind is a little bit scary for me right now, so I'm gonna move it. We'll just change the angle a little bit. That's okay. There, I feel better. um, okay, so so the energies are gearing up for the full moon. It's still about a week out, but this is about when the energies for that kind of a serious energy astrological event portal, which it really is a portal. Okay, it's written in the heavens, and that's in the Bible, as most of us know at some level or another. Even if you don't know the Bible, you know that people say that it is written in the Bible, that it's written in the stars. And you can take my word for it or not, whichever, that it is. It is such. It is so. Okay, that is so. And like I said, you heard it here first. This month of change is going to be sealed in the blood of the blood moon on the 26th in Sagittarius. Sagittarius in Tarot is the card that represents that is temperance. That's why Tracy J come together in the culmination of good, bad, the ugly, and the beautiful to what I am becoming as Temperance Jermaine. Okay? And, but that temperance represents Sagittarius. And it means the balancing out. It means much more, but for the means of this conversation, it's the coming into balance. So, as we move out of this month of change, death, and transformation, and more, don't forget the 23rd is another 555 portal, okay? Because the year is 5 as well. And the 23rd will equal 5. So that'll be the third one we've had this month. And we're going into Cancer season, which is actually my rising sign, which is mother and nurturing and home and, you know, taking care of everybody, service to others, a caretaker, the heart. And so this is going to be very pivotal and exciting and special to me, having both signs right there, my rising and my sun, being involved in this transition at the end of this month of change, coming into June, which will be Cancer season, okay? And so things people have been hinting at that could happen, and yes, we use crystal balls, okay? We use energy and we use cards, and we tap into the higher realms and the energies from the universe that we have access to, and there's nothing anti-religious about that, except for that when religion comes from men that don't want us to tap into and turn on, because that's what they've been keeping us from, then of course they're going to make us sound ooh and anti-God. But if you read and interpret the Word of God, before it was bastardized, quite frankly, by people who wanted to take control and power and away from each soul sovereignly, to then have power and control over these souls, calcify their third eye right, and feed lithium to, and feed fluoride to, all of these, the sugar, the drugs, the pharmaceuticals. Here, you don't have to feel anything, to keep us pacified and compliant to their dastardly plan. And that's putting it quite mildly. And it doesn't take very much digging to find out what's been going on. At this point, it's out there. They can't keep it from you if you're looking for it. They couldn't keep it from me 12 years ago, and they can't keep it from you now. You just have to use alternative methods than to go to mainstream media or YouTube or Facebook, yada, yada. Okay. They do love to feed us with fear and make us afraid to breathe air or hug each other or show people who are dying alone in an old age home love, because they're trying to they call us the feeders. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so the point is kind of this, that this month of change is wrapping up quickly, and quickly things will be changing. That's the tapped in energy that the people that I trust that are also tapped in like myself are getting. Okay, things like, we'll call him JB, who was sat into a position of power by shady, questionable means that are quickly becoming proven as false. When 80% of the country is red and voted that way, then he's not the most famous or most popular president ever, as they like to tout on the MSM. Okay? I mean, and we don't have to put up with it, and we shouldn't. But we're trusting the plan, and I'm saying get your popcorn ready, because the legal avenues have been met, the criteria, the I's dotted and the T's crossed to satisfy the laws of the universe and the laws of men, so as not to become what we are fighting against. So it could look a couple of different ways, but I would say that within 4 weeks, we will see a legally appointed person by we the people in place. Not the second false person in waiting, not her. No. We can see by the tips of the icebergs are showing, and quickly that water is washing away to reveal the rest of the icebergs beneath the water as Ellen DeGeneres disappears. Don Lemon, bye-bye. Bye. Who's he? I don't know. Some dude on CNN I never, ever, ever watched. But I did laugh at him a few times when I would see him on SJW woke stuff. What a doofus, right? Okay, so they're going to start turning on each other. The actual factuals will be revealed in layers. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I still wouldn't watch the fear porn at 6. I wouldn't. I wouldn't watch it all day long. I wouldn't. I would find alternate ways to get stuff as it's being revealed. Okay, so I think we'll find that the Vatican has been vacated a long time ago, along with our own White House, and that the District of Columbia doesn't exist anymore. And the foul stench that occupied both in the hallowed halls and in the domes underneath, some of the most foul smelling creatures ever known to this lovely planet we lovingly call Gaia. Love Gaia. Love Gaia. We don't need to jump ahead. We don't need to bite our nails. We don't need to drink our fear away. We don't need to take a pill to get through another day. This is a time of a call to faith and a call to tap into the higher realms as souls with a purpose, a mission, and power. Shocker, shocker, shocker. Okay. The readings on this channel have progressed amazingly, and that indicates to me that the souls involved and the lives they're touching are changing and altering in spectacular, previously previously unconceivable ways that you couldn't have thought of it before, but it's happening now because you believe and you're creating your own futures and presents. Yay! 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 Gang! 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 Ninja seals. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just keep doing the good work and keep having faith, growing those muscles, discernment, and intuition, and authenticity and tending your gardens, protecting your countries. Don't be a half-baked cake. Don't expect that from other people. Um, you are worthy. Just know that. Know it. You're exactly where you're supposed to be because that's where you're at. And the sun is setting quite quickly now. Um, all the stuff over in the Middle East and stuff like that. Okay, um, look at it like a wake up call to those that are still sleeping, so that they have a chance to have bites of the pterodactyl before it gets put on them, fully plated, and overwhelmingly so, to have to consume that all in one meal. Um, we want them to wake up as soon as possible, but which is kind of the point, is not with less trauma and one of the most telling things I keep having is being brought to my recall right now is that the BLM, what do they call it, the BLM center, where they had Black Lives Matter on painted on the street in Washington. Well, the mayor painted it over. I don't know if y'all know that. Um, and I don't think the millionaires that as leaders of Black Lives Matter are going to be sharing their multiple $1 million houses with anybody. So that looks like the only loose cannon I can see, actually. Remember the children. This is what it's all about. And when it comes down to it, is saving the children, helping the children that have already been saved, preparing ourselves to help the ones that are going to need a hand up so that they can press in. And we need to be in position as quickly as we're able. And doing the work is how you get there. If you find people along the way that would benefit from the series, hand it, because they're timeless. These videos are timeless. They're activators, and I stand behind them, every one of them. So we aren't going to let this happen to our planet Gaia ever again, to the innocent souls that live here and inhabit here ever again. And we are each global citizens, citizens of countries, cities, and states, and our own. And we are culpable and accountable, and we will stand as such and do what we need to do to correct our missteps as a race, a human race. Okay? Okay. Yes, yes. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Okay, so let me see if I can get a little more. Okay, so what I'm going to do is see if I can get. Ah, maybe I'll try the open package. It seems easier. a sparkler as promised. I like to play, so I'm gonna. And we're gonna remember that freedom is written on our DNA as souls from the Creator with free will. And here in the United States, through our Constitution, there we go. Woohoo! Freedom! Freedom! Come on, we've got this, people. We've got this. Okay? Woo! Yay! Come on, we've got this. We're doing it. And we've got this. Don't forget to ask for help. Gang, 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 gang. Try not to catch my hair on fire. I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Come back. Keep on coming back. It works if you work it. I love you all. I believe in you all. Have a blessed night. And I will be here on time in the morning. Okay? So see you then. Bye. Peace.